Follicide, Hippicide. What does that mean? You can't Google it because I just made those words up. Welcome to the Superpilotish channel. My name is Graham Wilson, and today, in my creative basement, I'll be talking to you about a couple words and concepts that I just made up. Well, sort of. So there's Follicide and Hippicide. What does that mean? I heard Follicide from my neighbor. I don't know, I guess it was maybe 6 months ago, a year ago, something like that. Anyways, at one point there, our exalted leader, Justin Trudeau, cut his hair a little while back, and my neighbor came over. He was hanging out in the backyard with us. And he's like, I think he's getting a divorce. I was kind of thinking, like, what do you mean, man? He's like, did you see how he cut his hair? That's what guys do. And I was like, huh? So, but anyways, he's my neighbor there. He's a Indian, like from North American Indian, native Indian. And so I guess in his tribe, and I kind of Googled it, it's pretty common for, the natives here to do, if there's someone dies, that you shave your head. So I've seen him do that before. If someone close to you dies, you shave your head out of respect or whatever. And then, or, mourning loss. So I was thinking, and then it turned out like months later, like after he said that, like we heard the unfortunate news that the prime minister and his wife are getting a divorce, or they got divorced. So it's like, hey, that old guy was right. Oh, he's old. He's only a few years older than me. But it was like, okay, what is there? Maybe there might be a little something to this. And that's what I was thinking today about, people cutting their hair. Because I got mine cut a little while ago, just a little bit shorter for just to make it a little bit cooler for the summertime because I got long hair. But that got me thinking too about, why did I grow my hair long in the first place? So, and then going back to what's Follicide and Hippicide. So my neighbor described that as, if you have like a sense of loss, or, you're mourning, he said, he called that Follicide. And I've never heard of that before, and I never really looked into it. I thought, yeah, it kind of makes sense, like hair follicles in your hair, your head. Okay, yeah, I'd buy that. It turns out I Googled it, and I don't know, maybe I spelled it wrong, but I don't think it's there. But we're gonna make it an official word. So what would the opposite of that be then? If you're losing something, there's a sense of loss, there's a sense of mourning. Well, maybe there could be a sense of freedom, or a sense of happiness, or something that you gain. And then would you grow your hair long rather than cut it off? I don't know. So I brought out the old whiteboard here, and we're gonna do a thought experiment live. We're doing it live. Follicide versus Hippicide. And I call it Hippicide, like growing your hair out long, so you're gonna be like a hippie. So that's what I just made that up. So, anyways, I got my fine markers over here, good collection of markers. I got my whiteboard. Let's do some thinking. Okay, so Follicide. Well, okay, so when would someone commit Follicide? Cutting off their hair, sense of loss, something like that. So now, rather than just being a native tradition, he pointed it out, divorce kind of makes sense. So you get the divorce. Okay, so there we go. A sense of loss. Ooh, bye-bye relationship. And then Hippicide, I was thinking about it for me. It was when I was going to a flight college where we were required to have, your standard pilot haircut, short, kind of almost not really military. I think the sideburns were just a little bit more relaxed than the military sideburns. You got to have half an ear. Although, I don't know, I guess you can have like purple hair now in the military or something. That's the way it used to be anyways. And so after being told to cut my hair in a certain way for like 3 years, it's like, that's it. I'm not doing that ever again. And I grew my hair out long, and it's been long ever since. Like, that was like, I don't know, 20 years ago or something. But well, the girlfriend likes the long hair, so that's a bonus. And Hippicide. So it's, if you're gonna gain some freedom somehow. So I was thinking about that too, about like guys that get out of the military, or something that's been, you're where you would have like a whole lot of I don't know, I guess a whole lot of rules and regulations and stuff. So that was kind of what I did with the flight college I went to. And I think some military guys do that too. I've known of a few that they, instead of being clean shaven and, sideburns here, like they grow out big beards and, let their hair grow. Cause like you see all these guys that are like veterans and stuff that they're like, uh, I don't know, like a lot of these veterans that you see that's like, I don't know, maybe not Vietnam vets, but like Iraq and Afghanistan vets, it's like these guys got like they got hair down to their shoulders and great big beards. It's like, yeah, special forces. Like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. Uh although I guess those guys grow beards. I don't even know anymore. But we'll say if you're getting some kind of freedom. So instead of divorce, we'll say like graduating or I don't know. Let's put that as more freedom. We'll say plus freedom. And it could be maybe depending on. I wonder too if depending on who's initiating the divorce, does one person go hippie side and one person goes follicide? So the person that initiates the divorce goes hippie side, yay, I'm free, and the person that gets person that gets dumped, they chop their hair. I don't know. I kind of don't like that where it's all black and white. Let's put some green in there. We'll get a little bit of color. I got all my awesome markers here, so I might as well use them. All right, we got the follicide, we got the hippie side. So what else could we get there? How else would people like? When do people trim? When do they start doing things? I was thinking for hippie side. Okay, depending on what your job was, like say if you retire, I don't know. Or you could be, I'm thinking more that if you retire, I'm thinking that's more of a follicide thing. You're going to cut your hair after you retire. I have seen that before. So I don't know, what would you be losing if you retire? I guess losing an income, less food on the table, but more freedom though. 'Cause, I don't know. That's a shit. But from what I've seen, okay, fall aside. Usually, people that retire, I think they usually trim off their beard, trim off their mustache, cut your hair, shave your head, maybe. So maybe you're doing the wicked comb over for the office, and you just say, you know what, I'm retired. I'm taking it down to the wood. Actually, old guys do that. Yeah. So I'm thinking retiring would be fall aside. What else could I talk about here? So, anyone in the chat, feel free to add into the conversation here what you think about which would be which here. We want some really good examples, and I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. So, okay, where else would we grow our hair? Oh, okay. How about if you're graduating from high school and then you go off to college or something like that? I'm thinking that's hippie side. We'll say like high school to college. Because you see, okay, you're graduating high school, especially if you're going away from home, and then maybe you grow out your beard or you grow your hair longer, pick up chicks or whatever. I don't know what girls would do there. Maybe this is just a men thing rather than a girl thing. Maybe girls do something different. They paint their nails or get one of those nose rings, those little nose studs that looks like they got to blow their nose or there's a bug there that you can't stop looking at that little thing on their nose and you're like underneath it's like, do you got a snot in there or what is that? I don't like those things on girls. They look goofy. But oh well, to each his own. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't like. I wouldn't want to walk around with some booger hanging out of my nose. Like that's not cool. But not too professional. And okay, so what do we got here? Maybe this only applies to guys now that I think about it. Okay, well, what else happens in a guy's life that we could talk about? We got retirement, we got divorce, we got graduating from high school. We got getting a new job. New job. Yeah, that's right. Shave your head, hippie. You got to, yeah, here we go. A new job. So, yeah, if I ever got a job at the airlines, which I'm not really looking for, I'd have to chop my hair, I think. And then got to commit the follicide, chop that hair. And I would be losing freedom because I got to go to work or something like that. And they're bossing me around to give me my food. People will do just about anything for food, you know. Okay, even cut their hair. But then, yeah, then you retire. Oh, but would you retire? Oh, maybe when you retire, what would you do? Oh, there we go. If you're working at the airline, you'd probably grow yourself like your pilot mustache, and then maybe shave that off when you retire. I don't know. Okay, this isn't making too much sense, but I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those things where it's just kind of like if you have a change in your life, you're going to change your appearance. Maybe like I wear Hawaiian shirts more now that I don't work as much, and although I did wear Hawaiian shirts when I was a pilot examiner just to kind of put the candidate at ease. I learned that from another guy. Kind of stole it from him, but it works. So, um, yeah, there we go. I had nothing to talk about today at all. So now I'm introducing terms and just throwing it out there because if you Google this word here, follicide, and this word here, hippicide, there's no Google searches for it. So that's pretty cool. You ever notice that when you think, oh, I got this great idea, and then you Google it and there's like 10 articles on it? Well, my neighbor invented this word. I'm stealing it, taking credit for it. But okay, I'm introducing hippicide there. So that's the opposite of follicide. What would follicide be? The definition of follicide. Oh, you know what? I'll say that. So if it gets into AI or something like that, I'll just say the definition. Okay. And then it'll get translated into text here. AI will read it. And then I just thought it up right here. Okay. So follicide is the act of cutting one's hair to represent mourning or loss. All right, AI will scrap all that. Scrap and scrape it. Maybe scrap it because it doesn't make any sense. And then hippicide. Okay, hippicide is defined as the act of growing either facial hair or head hair as a result of gaining freedom. All right, there we go. I just stuck it out in the internet there, and well, that'd be pretty cool if it caught on. And then everyone will be talking about, oh, Joe at work just shaved his head. Ooh, is he getting divorced? But I don't know, kind of pay attention to it. Or hey, man, this guy's looking pretty scruffy. It's like, did you quit your job? Did you, something like that. You win the lottery, you got looking all scruffy, you don't have to work. I don't know. Okay, but I burned up 13 minutes here just blabbing about stuff that came out of my head. Not bad. I'm getting good at this. So yeah, that was that. The okay, I was going to talk about like I got a suggestion on how to talk about making wine and beer at home. I don't know. I have made wine. I've made beer at home years ago because I was broke. I thought it'd be a cheap way. It turns out to be a lot of work, washing bottles and stuff like that. And then I made some really crappy wine once out of leftover fruit. It got the job done, but it didn't taste too great. You had to mix it with 7-Up. And then what else? And I know, I still got some of Randy's. I got some of Randy's moonshine upstairs. He made that in his kitchen, a little home distilling thing. So I don't know. You can make booze at home. But that's all I know about it. Okay, there we go. See, I couldn't talk about that for a whole I just told you everything I know about making beer and wine and liquor at home in like 30 seconds. So okay, yeah, that's about it. Okay, cool. I had absolutely no topic until like half hour ago. All right, let's do yeah. Okay, one more little wrap up. Follicide. I already gave you the definition. Yeah, if you're getting divorced or you retire, maybe you get a new job, might be chopping your hair. Follicide and hippicide. Get a haircut, you hippie. Everyone tells me that. Well, that's okay. I kind of like it. And yeah, so maybe if you get some more freedom, the rules are the pressure cooker of the rules is off. You can look like a bum like me. And then I don't know, maybe if you're getting away from the ball and chain of your parents and you're going off to college, maybe you look a little grubbier there too. I don't know. Okay, Follicide and Hippicide. I just invented them, sort of. Stole one from my neighbor and then made up the opposite. Okay. All right. Today is Monday and off to a slow start. But, anyways, oh, hey, Dustin's in here too. Okay. We got one guy hanging out in the chat. Thanks for showing up, Dustin. And yeah, so that's about it. We'll be back on Wednesday, hopefully, with something. I might be talking a little bit more airplanes. Oshkosh is going on right now. That's kind of a big deal. But I'm not going there. But I'll be back on Wednesday because I do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. And we'll just kind of shut her down. So thank you for watching. Bye.